Hello everyone. Today we're going to be covering how to start using the Sendlinx online portal. There's a lot of features in the site, but today we're just going to go over some of the core functionalities so that once you have your account ready, you can start using it right away. Some of the main topics we're going to be covering are the following: sending online emails with attachments to a recipient from within the portal, upload and download files directly in the portal itself, generating, changing, and deleting links to files. This is always useful when you have sent a link to someone in error. You can just change the link or just delete the link to prevent further access. You can also set and change expiry dates for any of your links, such that after a specific date, the recipient will no longer have access to your files. This is always good for time-sensitive documents such as quotes, estimates, contracts, etc. You may also want to generate multiple links for the same file in case you need to remove access for one set of users, but not the other. Example, you may need to send out links to one or more recipients granting access to certain types of documents like contracts, SOPs, legal docs, and so on, but choose to retract it for any number of reasons. For example, you may have sent it in error, or it may have been a time-sensitive document. In either case, it'll be useful having another active link for your own department to address any concerns or update files or the folder contents that need to be accessed by the recipients again. And finally, we'll go over how to share a link to a folder where you and your recipients can view and upload files back and forth with version controls in place. Examples of this could be any document that need to be vetted between suppliers or customers, or for any one or any group of individuals that needs to submit their documents into one area for your project. So there are many collaborative scenarios where this can be quite useful. Next, to get started, let's log into our account, send an email online with some attachments, and we'll play around with the links that it generates. Okay, so I've logged into my account here, and obviously there's nothing in there, so we're going to click on send, and we're going to type in my recipient email address here as a test, and tab, and that'll populate to the top. And let's add one more email here, followed by the tab key to populate to the top. And if you want to delete an email, just hover over it and you'll see a little X's beside it, and just click on one. Okay, and let's enter a message for email, and we can either add files or we can select a folder as well, but for now we're going to add files, and let's add a couple of files. Okay, and you'll see it populate at the bottom, and if you want to delete a file, just off to the right, just hit the X there. Okay, and now let's select a folder, and let's pick a big folder, lots of files and subfolders. Okay, you get a little pop-up and click on upload, and that stages it, and when you hit send, it'll start uploading it. And you should get a confirmation screen with a link right below it that you can share with anyone. Now let's go look at that recipient's email. I should receive an email there, and once I click on it, I should be able to go to the download page to download the file and folder. And you'll notice that the first line item is a file, the second line item is a folder, and there's no download link for the folder itself, so we're going to have to click on the download button, which will zip both contents into one. Quick note, the option to download folders individually will be available soon, so be on the lookout for that. Okay, and there is the zip file there. I'm going to open that up, and we'll find the folder and the file sitting in there. Okay, so next we're going to talk about where this folder and file is inside the portal. If we click on the web folder or the web option in the menu on the left hand side there, you'll gain access to a date stamped folder. That's today, and if you click on that, you get the timestamp of when our transfer took place, and inside there you're going to find the PDF file and the legal folder, and if you go in the legal folder, you'll find all the files and folders in it. So in summary, anytime we have an online email transfer with attachments and folders in it, it lives in the web folder. Okay, so let's take a look at the link manager. I know we already generated one link through our email transfer, so let's go in there and let's play with that link. This is where you hit the plus and you can see all the details behind it, all the attachments, and you got three options here: copy link, change link, and delete link. If you copy the link and if you just paste it into any URL, you should be able to gain access to the download page right there. Let's go back to the window again, and this time let's click on change link, and let's see what happens to that link that we just generated. Okay, and click on yes, I do want to change it. And now by logic, that email that we got earlier, that link that we got in the email should not work. So let's take a look. There you go. So that's the behavior that you want to see. Now let's go back to our links again, and let's copy that newly generated link and we'll paste it into another tab. Okay, so there it is right there. And this time let's go back here, and this time we're going to delete the link and just observe the behavior there. Now by logic, that link should not work anymore. And what we'll do is we'll go back to that tab and we will just refresh the page, and anyone who had access to that link will no longer have access to any of the files. Okay, so that is the behavior that you want to see. Okay, next we're going to take a look at this Outlook option below the web option here. So the Outlook option is where you're going to see all the files that you've transferred through your Outlook plugin. I know in a separate video we've already gone through how to use the Sendlinx Outlook plugin in detail, but here we're just going to use it just to upload a few files so that it lands in the Outlook folder in the portal. Okay, so let's add a couple of these files here, hit open, and we're going to zip it. Okay, and we're going to hit start upload, and at this point the files are being uploaded to that location in the portal. Okay, and we're going to just do a proper email here and send it to my Gmail account just like before. Okay, and we're going to hit send. And now if I were to go and click on Outlook or refresh the page, I should be able to see a folder with the date stamp, and if I click on that I should see the timestamp, and there's a zip file there. Next, if I were to go into my email account, I should see the email there. There it is right there. If I were to click on that, and if I were to click on the link that is in it, and I should be able to go to the download page, and there it is right there, download. And let's open the zip file, and let's go in there and you'll see your two files there. Okay, so next let's take a look at the My Docs folder, and this is your personal playground. You can create a new folder in here. Let's just call it test folder, and of course you can upload whatever you want in here, and you can also drag and drop files into here. Okay, so once it's done uploading, let's close that down and let's take a look at this file that you just uploaded. And this is where you can actually select the file and click on the new link, and it'll generate a link for you in the link manager. So previously we already created one link in there, but this time we're going to create a new link with the latest file that we just uploaded. So we're going to check that off and click on new link, and you'll get a little pop-up saying that your link is ready. Click on OK, and it'll take you to the link manager with the link there at the very top. Now what we can do, we can just copy the link and send it to anyone. In our case, let's just open up a different URL here and paste the link in there, and you should be able to download the file right there. Okay, next we're going to generate a second link on top of the link we already have in the link manager for the same file in my docs. We're going to select the file we uploaded, and we're going to go up and we're going to click on new link and click on OK, and there is that second link we just made, and we also have our older link there as well. But let's take a look at the difference between the two links. Let's copy the most recent link that we just made and paste it into a tab. Okay, and let's go back and let's copy the other link and paste that into another tab. And as you can see, the difference between the two links are the last bunch of characters of each of the links. Okay, so next what we're going to do is we're going to set up an expiry date in the most recent link that we just made. So let's go to that little blue pencil there, and let's click on the calendar, and let's go a few days out, say the 24th, and let's say maybe let's put a time of maybe 6:30. So then on the 24th at 6:30 a.m. that link will no longer work, but the original link will still be active, and that's how you set an expiry date. So there's a lot of features in the Sendlinx site that are self-explanatory, but there's one feature that I would like to quickly go over. That feature is the shared menu option here. This is a collaboration tool that you can use to manage folders you have shared with other users. So let's right click on a folder and select share, and this email invitation window will pop up to send to recipients. If they do not already have a Sendlinx account, they'll be required to create a limited free account with access to only your folder. If write privileges and version control is enabled, and if a file is uploaded with the same name to the shared folder, the process will append a date time to the end of the file name, so you can keep track of all the latest changes to that specific file without overriding any of the previous files. Okay, so we're going to use the same email address we've been using, sendlinxdemo@gmail.com. I know that account does not have a Sendlinx account, so this will force us to create one on the fly. Okay, and there's a little X over there if you want to add someone else. And let's put a message here for the body. Okay, please upload your files here. That's a good message. And as mentioned, you got folder permissions to be set at the bottom here. One is view only, the other one is to set up the write privileges so that they can upload files, and we'll check that on. And the last one is the version control, so it appends that date and time we talked about. And that should send the invitation out, and you'll notice that the folder has changed its icon to just identify the fact that it's being shared. Okay, and next we're going to log out of this account, and because we're going to be forced to log back in as the other account. And there's the email, and we're going to click on access folder, and we're going to quickly create an account here, and we'll pick a dummy name like Joe Smith here and set the password and do the CAPTCHA. Okay, and we'll get a code in our email just to validate that it is a valid email address. And we're going to copy and paste this guy into here. Okay, and there's your folder, and we're going to go in the folder, and you'll notice that there's already a file in there. We're going to upload the exact same file in the folder to test the version control, and that we enabled to ensure that the original file does not get overwritten. We're going to notify the account holder that a file has been uploaded, so that they'll get a link in an email and they can check out the latest upload. And you'll notice that there is a date and time appended to the last part of that file name. So that is the behavior that you want to see when version control is enabled for a folder you're sharing with someone or a group. So that concludes our overview on some of the key features in the Sendlinx online portal. There's a lot of other features in the site which you can dive into by playing around, or check out the additional tutorials we have posted up in the site. Thank you, and feel free to visit sendlinx.com for more information on any of our products.